President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi hailed on Thursday distinguished bilateral ties that bind Egypt and Greece, as well as the noticeable development of cooperation and distinguished political coordination regarding a number of issues of mutual concern. This came during President el-Sisi's meeting with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis in New Alamein City.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held summit talks with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis in New Alamein City on Thursday during the Premier's first visit to the region after his re-election and the formation of the new government in Greece. During the meeting, President el-Sisi congratulated the Greek Prime Minister on the electoral victory achieved by the ruling party in the Greek parliamentary elections. The President praised the tangible developments in bilateral cooperation as well as the deep strategic relations binding the two nations. The head of state further highlighted the distinguished level of political coordination between Egypt and Greece on issues of common concern. President el-Sisi extended his appreciation to Greece over its stances towards Egypt, whether at the bilateral level or within the framework of the European Union, in addition to fruitful cooperation at the level of trilateral cooperation with Cyprus. For his part, the Greek Premier affirmed the strength of close and historical ties between the two countries, welcoming the remarkable progress of cooperation over the past years with Egypt and expressing hope to push forward ties to new horizons of cooperation, especially in light of Egypt's crucial role in confronting crises in the Mediterranean region. The Greek Premier thanked Egypt for sending planes to put off bushfires in his country, while President el-Sisi expressed his condolences to Greece over the death of fire victims, as well as Egypt's full solidarity with the country in confronting repercussions of the fires. The bilateral talks were followed with an expanded meeting that gathered delegations of the two countries. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy stated that the meeting probed means of enhancing cooperation and accelerating the activation and implementation of agreements and memos of understandings, as well as pushing forward cooperation in the military, economic and cultural fields, as well as energy and natural gas, electric linkage and green transformation. The two sides' discussions also witnessed an exchange of visions regarding regional files in light of the two nations' consensus over issues in the Middle East region, with a confirmation that the Middle East Gas Forum is considered one of the most important tools in this regard. They further reviewed developments of illegal immigration in the Mediterranean, with the Greek Premier hailing Egypt's efforts in this track, especially it is hosting millions of refugees on its land. The meeting also tackled the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian crisis. President el-Sisi and Mitsotakis, meanwhile, probed the current situation in Libya, with President el-Sisi reiterating that Egypt is supporting the political path and the significance of holding presidential and parliamentary elections, as well as the exit of all foreign troops and mercenaries from the Libyan territories and the regaining of the country's sovereignty, unity, and stability. The two sides further agreed to continue intensified consultations to face various joint challenges with the aim of achieving the two peoples' aspirations to live in peace, security, and stability.
Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry has received a phone call from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. During their conversation, Blinken stressed U.S. keenness to coordinate efforts with Egypt to solve the situation in Sudan. The two sides discussed strengthening the bilateral ties and highlighted partnership between the two countries. They also received the current situation in the Middle East, including Libya and other issues of mutual concern. The fifth session of Social Access of National Dialogue kicked off at the Conference Center in Nasr City. The Family and Social Unity Committee, under the umbrella of Social Access, discussed the problems of following divorce throughout its two sessions. The Culture and National Identity Committee also discussed cultural industries falling between reality and hope. Moreover, a Special Education and Scientific Research Committee session will be convened to continue reviewing a draft law over forming a higher National Council for Education and Training. The draft law was transferred to National Dialogue and Cabinet according to presidential directives.
Head of the Suez Canal Authority, Osama Rabia, announced on Thursday that the navigation movement recorded 83 vessels passing through the waterway in both directions, carrying about 4 million and 8,000 tons. Rabia asserted that these records reflect the significance of the new canal and the capability to achieve the target in raising efficiency and capacity. He also affirmed that this success has led to the increase of the number of ships passing through the new waterway. Egypt's stock market indices fluctuated, being affected by selling operations by the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 0.02%. The small and medium EGX 70 index also soared 0.58%. The more expanded EGX 100 index added 0.49%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £1.8 billion.